Hi guys, happy Wednesday. We are going to practice probably about an hour of gentle yoga today. So you will need either some blocks, but if you don't have blocks, you can grab up a couple pillows and a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can grab like a towel or a tie. So you're going to grab up those things now, unless you already have them by your side. And then you're going to make your way onto your backs, right? So you can lie down flat on your back. You can lie down maybe taking a backward bend using your props. Or you can lie down maybe taking the soles of the feet together and drawing the knees out wide. Right, so feet together, knees wide, or legs stretched out. Any way you can have your spine really nice and long. You can even do it sitting if you wanted to. Right. And then you're going to take your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. And allowing the eyes to fall closed if they haven't already. Checking in, sounds, smells, the sense, the feel of the fabric you're wearing on your skin, taste inside your mouth, light, colors behind the closed lids. Notice the coming and going of your breath, the inhale and the exhale. Long, short, loud, quiet, even, uneven. Let the weight of your body be supported by the floor and your props. Breathing all through the nose now, if you can, through the front of the nose, that kind of sniffly sensation going on there. Breathing in very slowly, relaxed in the belly, relaxed in the shoulders. And then you'll slowly exhale the air all the way out, all through the front of the nose. Inhaling slowly, exhaling slowly, belly relaxed. Try to breathe in slowly for about 4 counts, and try to breathe out slowly for about 8 counts. One breath after the next, trying not to hold your breath at all. Right? So continuously, slowly, mindfully breathing in through the front of the nose for a count of 4, breathing out through the front of the nose for a count of 8. And your priority is to make that breath very slow. It has to have enough power behind it so that you're actually also making it longer. But keep belly and shoulders relaxed as you practice. Do this about 6 or 7 more times, counting the breath to yourself. Just about another 1,000 more times to do that as we practice today. You can let go of counting your breath You may feel it's intuitively flowing. Long exhales, slow inhales. If you want to keep counting, keep counting. If your eyes are closed, you're going to slowly allow your eyes to blink their way open. We're going to try to breathe that way no matter what happens today on our mat or the rest of the day. And if you're not on your back, you're going to slowly make your way onto your back. And we're going to take the knees and bring them in towards the underarms. So if you need a little prop underneath your head, a pillow, you can do that. So the knees are separated. Try not to lift your chin too high, right? So chin tucked in a little bit. Hands on the knees or not. I like to take my hands just here on my torso and then start to slowly make circles. Breathe in and breathe out as you make those circles. And notice how it feels. How your back feels, how your hips feel, how your knees feel, how starting to move and how that affects your breath. And start to make that circle go the other way, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Okay. Try not to hold your breath, especially when you come to areas, physically that may be in pain. Right, you want to make sure that you're breathing, and we're going to try not to do anything that causes us numbness, tingling, sharp pains. You're going to come back to center, and then you're going to take that left leg and you're going to stretch it out long on your mat. A bunch of things in the way here. And then you're going to take your right knee and draw it in towards your right underarm. So you don't want to draw it in right towards the belly like this, but you're going to bring your right knee out to the right a little bit. So left leg's on the floor, and you're going to pull the leg in. Head down again, chin pulled in, tailbone tucked. We're going to flex the left foot, and we're just going to make some circles with this right ankle. Try not to draw your shoulders up. Do a little scan of your body as we practice today. Breathe. Try to breathe well, especially in the areas that are holding tension. Make that circle go the other way if you're circling around. Right, breathe in. This helps us stretch our back. We're in a forward fold. This helps us with digestion, right side massaging ascending colon. Right, you're going to stay like this, especially if you have any weaknesses in your neck. And if you can and want to, and with breath, you're going to bring your forehead up, shoulders down. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. Good. As you let the next exhalation go, you're going to slowly draw your shoulders down and your head down. If you have your towel or your tie or your strap, you're going to grab it up now. You're going to place it around the ball of your right foot. So you're going to hold one end of the strap in each one of your hands. I'd like you to straighten your leg. So if that means you have to hold it lower down here, your legs should be straight and your shoulders should be on the ground. So you shouldn't be like this or like this, right? And then if you're able to, the leg comes higher up. Try not to roll your right glute up, but roll the right glute towards the left, keeping hips squared. You may be able to walk your hands closer towards your foot, right? But again, try not to bring the shoulders up into the ears. It makes it more difficult to breathe well, and that's really our priority, to breathe well, to keep us out of that fight or flight, or to help take us out of it, keeping us calm in the moment. And we get the stretch in the back of our body here in the hamstrings, in the Achilles, and the lower back. Again, if you want to return to that counting of the breath, you can always do that. Some people are counters, right? Breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 8. I'm going to open up these legs a little bit more. So now you're going to take your right hand, on both ends of your strap or your tie or your towel. And you're going to put your left hand on your left thigh, right? So you're going to keep your left glute on the floor, and you're going to keep that right foot flexed, and you're going to bring your right leg out to the right. This is like a bizarre thing to be watching yourself doing yoga and not being able to see you guys. Breathe in again, keep the left glute on the floor, keep the right foot flexed. Say hello to the inside of your right leg. Try to do a little scan of your body. Use those exhalations to relax what's really wound up. Take a full round of breath. Take 2 more. Try to keep the breath calm.
It's hard. The inside of my leg is really tight. Yours may be too. So use this as a practice of staying calm when you're uncomfortable. When you're ready to breathe in, slow. Slow is the key. Bring that right leg back up. Switch hands on your strap or whatever is on your leg. You're holding with your left hand now. Right arm comes out to the right. So we're going to keep both of our shoulders on the floor. And on your exhalation, you're going to roll over to the left. You really shouldn't be taking this twist if you're in the baby making process. If that's the case, you can, what could you do? You could take half happy baby, bending your knee foot right over the knee. But otherwise, you're in a twist here. Both shoulders on the floor. Your right foot is flexed, and you're slowly turning your head to the right. And you're going to breathe about 6 breaths into the right side of the body. If it's too much, if you're too tight, you can always bend up that top knee a little bit here. Right? Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the expansion in the right side of the ribs. All right, twisting good for most of our backs and good for digestion. And see if you can find any release. Right? With release comes freedom. When you're slowly breathing in, you're going to slowly right yourself back up. You're going to release whatever you're holding your leg with, and you're going to lower that right leg all the way to the ground. So one nice, really long, stretched out leg. I'm going to bend up the left knee now. Bring the left knee out to the left. Sometimes you have to grab back here, right? Some can grab here. Right foot is flexed. Left ankle is circling. Shoulders down. Right? You're not lifting your chin too high up towards the ceiling. If you need a little prop under there, you can do that. Notice how it feels, right? Shoulders down. We're trying to breathe evenly today and find some softness. Find some tension release. Circle the other way. You're hanging out just like this. If you had to go, remember your neck has to be healthy and strong. You can slowly lift the head, but I'm not crunching my shoulders up. My shoulders are down. Maybe your forehead towards your knee. Full round of breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Another inhale. And then slowly lowering your head down. Grabbing up your strap, your tie, your towel, whatever you got. Sometimes you don't need it. This is my flexible side. I still need it. I'm really, really tight. So strap around the ball of the foot. Again, I'd like to see your leg straight. So if you have to hold it further away, you can do that. Some of you might even be all the way down here. Tailbone tucked, right and left foot flexed, hips square, left glute pulling towards the right. Gaze at one spot, slow, even breathing. As you breathe, both ends of the strap into your left hand, right hand on the right thigh. And this is to help keep that right glute on the floor. Start to bring your left leg out to the left. Right, you're only bringing it out as far as you can keep the right glute glued to the floor. Breathe in and out. Notice what you feel and where you feel it. Notice if that affects your breathing. If the breath starts to get quick, uneven, maybe you back off a little bit so that you can ease maybe a little bit further, or maybe not. to draw breath in. Slowly inhale while you bring your leg back up to center. Switching hands on the strap, grabbing strap with right hand. Left arm comes out to the left. Deep breath in, both shoulders staying on the floor. On your exhalation, rolling over to the right. Gently and slowly turning your head over towards the left. Maybe bending up that left knee a little bit, maybe a lot of it. Right? Breathe in, maybe your left leg is straight. Feel the stretch along your left side, that stretching of those muscles between the ribs. One more round of breath. When you breathe in, slowly hoist your leg back up. Bend up your left knee, releasing your strap. Bend up your right knee. Knees together if you can. If not, a little separated, hands either here behind the knees, or if you can hold onto your knees, or if you can hold onto your wrists, shoulders stay on the floor, or if you can hold onto your forearms or your elbows. If you have a little one at home, you can plop them right down on your shins, a little kitty cat or something, right, to get that lower back pressing more towards the floor. Take a deep, slow breath in. See what you can relax when you let the breath out. Take 2 more breaths just like that. See what you can soften. Slowly release your legs if you're holding on to them. Bring the soles of your feet down onto the floor. So feel your feet here about the width of your hip bones. You can't see them, but spread your toes wide apart. Point your toes forward. You're going to tuck your tailbone. So that means you're going to press your lower back towards the floor instead of arching it away from the floor. Press your feet forward, and if they don't lift, just press them forward, and then start to lift the hips. Press down into the elbows. Try not to have your knees go out wide like this, but just like you're squeezing a little ball. Press the back of your head into the floor, still pressing the feet forward, all toes pressing onto the mat, inner legs squeezing towards each other. You're not clenching up your butt cheeks, but your tailbone is scooped under, your elbows are pressing down. 5 deep breaths, one after another, through the nose. Try to look at one spot or inward, right between the eyebrows. 4 more breaths, concentrate. Three more. Maybe you're breathing past your belly into the rib cage and maybe all the way up into the center of the chest. 2 more breaths. Don't let those knees go out wide. Press into the big toes. Press into the elbows. Calm your breath. Take 1 more round of breathing. 1 more inhale. On your exhale, it's almost as if you're tugging your heels towards your bottom, coming down upper back, middle back, lower back. Keep your feet on the mat. Heel toe your feet out wider. Knees are going to press together. So that was just a little back bend there, strengthening our legs and opening up the front of the body, strengthening the back. Take a deep breath, knees together, feet wide. Slowly heel toe your feet together. Take your right arm, reach it up and over your head. In your own time, you're going to gently and slowly roll yourself over onto the right side. Using the strength of your arms, you're going to gently press yourself up. We're going to come to sit. We're going to take either our right leg in front of our left leg, crossed like this. I'm going to adjust the camera here. Right? Or if you're able to slowly take that left knee to the center line of your mat and bring your right knee on top of it. We don't want to be in pain, right? And you have to live with your body for the rest of the day. You could do this sitting on a block if you need to. Again, right leg crossed in front of left is perfect.
You want to make sure you're not sitting on that bottom foot there. It's hard for you to see everything that's going on here. So both glutes are flat on the floor. You're going to take your right hand onto your right shoulder. You're going to grab up that elbow. Try not to hang your head forward, right? So you're stretching your right elbow up towards the sky. Again, try not to hang your head forward, and you're walking your right fingers towards the outside of your right shoulder. Gaze forward. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out. Some of you may be able to bring your other arm behind your back, your left arm. You may be able to grab your shirt or your strap. You may even be able to grab up your fingers here. Ribs pulled in, right? Right elbow reaching up, left elbow reaching down. Both glutes pressing down into the floor. Gaze forward or inward. Try not to bring your elbow out like this. I know some of you are doing that. Relax your jaw, right? Take a deep breath. Try to find the ease with the exhale. Oh, my sister's watching. She better actually be doing it. I've been watching some things and just sitting on the couch drinking tea and watching you guys do yoga. My girlfriends and I used to do that to these old yoga VHSs. Oh my gosh. Take another deep breath. And when you're ready to exhale, you're going to slowly free up your arms. You're going to take your hands, resting them onto your knees or onto the block or onto the floor. Just try not to hunch your shoulders. So bend here from the waist. Breathe through the nose. Some of you are going to be able to come down a little bit. Some of you are going to be able to come down further. Try to relax that right glute, that right hip. Try to let go of any thoughts that are nagging you at the moment. Right? Be right here, right now. Take another breath. Slowly working your way up. I want to start to uncross that right leg. So you're either going to grab up your strap, your tie, your towel. So there's different ways you could do this. You're going to start to extend your right leg out like this. I don't want you to lift your right glute off of the floor. You might be able to hold your foot. Your knee could be bent, but try not to look like this, right? Your spine long, and then only straighten your leg as much as you can from there, right? So your hips are square. I'm going to try to do this in a way that you can see. I'll do it this way, right? You're going to stay like that, or you're going to grab both ends of your strap with your left hand, or you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Deep breath in. You're staying here if you're making babies, meaning you have a baby in your belly, or on your exhalation, you're going to twist to the right. So again, you're not lifting your glute off the floor. Your right glute stays on the floor. Your hips stay square. Deep breaths in to get really long in your spine. You're not going to cross this right leg over the body like this. Right foot stays in line with right hip. Take another deep breath. Try to sit up as tall as you can. Inhale. Come back to center. Bend that right leg up again. Let's give it a little cradle. You're using your hands on your knee and your foot, or you might be able to grab up with your elbows, but make sure that you're sitting tall. Deep breaths. Notice what you feel in that right hip. You may even take your right arm under your right leg. You may take your sock off if you have it on. Take your fingers, stick them in between your toes. Make some circles. Circle the other way. Keep breathing well. Slowly release this right leg. Take the left leg in front if that's what you did before. Slowly maybe taking that right knee to the center line of your mat, where you're now going to stack that left knee on top. Again, you can use a block or another prop to make it a little bit easier. Slide that bottom foot out so you're able to press that left glute down into the floor. Left hand on your left shoulder, not elbow out to the side, but elbow up towards the sky. Right arm comes behind the back where you're grabbing up your shirt, your fingers, your strap. Again, try not to have your elbow go out. The upper shoulder is actually internally rotating. Left elbow lifting up, right elbow reaching down. Deep breaths. Relax your toes, relax your jaw, let your tongue drop down to the bottom of your mouth. Take about 3 rounds of breath. Try to find the ease in your shoulders and your neck, the sides, the back, the front of the neck. Ready to inhale, you can slowly release your grip, letting your hands rest down onto your knees or the block or the floor. Take a very deep inhale, long spine. On your exhalation, we're forward folding. Hands on knees, blocks, or ground. Trying to relax that left glute, that left hip. So we really took the body in all the positions it can go today already, except upside down. We forward bended, we backward bended, we twisted. Several times, working on releasing some tension here in our hips and our glutes and our knees and our back. Breathing well for our sanity and everyone's around us, right? Try not to let it get so bad that you're so anxious and can hardly breathe, right? Try to do the practice. Try to breathe well, check in throughout the day, not only here on your mat, right, so it doesn't spiral. Inhale when you're ready, slowly start to come up. Good. Let's take that strap, right, or maybe you're holding your foot, and we're going to slowly extend the spine, and then we're going to extend that left leg. Again, try not to lift your glute off the floor. Shoulders down, chest up. Breathing in, maybe breath makes its way higher now, past the ribs, all the way up into the center of the chest. Right hand grabbing up your strap, or maybe grabbing your calf or the outside of your foot. We're not crossing this leg over. Nice long spine, hips stay squared. Exhale, slowly beginning to twist to the left. Don't drop, or don't hunch your shoulders, but drop your shoulders. Inhale to get longer in the spine. Exhale to make that twist happen. Inhale a little bit longer, a little bit taller. Another exhale, very slow and gentle. One more just like that. And always coming out slow. Inhaling. Center. Bend that left leg. Cradle it. Use hands or elbows. Sit tall. Rock a little side to side. Notice what you feel. Taking your left arm underneath your left leg. Take your sock off if it's on. Stick your fingers, right fingers between your left toes. Make some circles. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Circle the other way. And slowly releasing that leg. We're going to make our way off of our bottoms. And we're going to make our way up onto our hands and onto our knees. Right into a little table pose. Right? We've moved the spine enough. I think we're past the cat-cow phase at the moment. But hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Knees can be right on some cushions if you have it, or a rolled up blanket. Instead of arching the back or rounding the back, we're going to have the back nice and flat. So hands under shoulders, making fists if you need to, or coming down onto your forearms. Keep the back flat and extend the right leg. So my right toes, if you look back at your right foot, your right toes point directly down. Gaze is forward, we tuck the tailbone. Staying just like this, or as you gaze forward and breathe, you slowly start to lift the left hand. Keep the gaze at that one spot. Press your bottom hand and bottom knee down into the ground. So you're pressing the ground away, rooting down, grounding down. Take a full round of breath. Slow in, Slow out, wobbly is okay. Steady is okay. Stay just like this, or as you exhale, pull your elbow towards your knee slowly and your knee towards your elbow. And inhale while you breathe, extend it all back out. On your exhalation, your elbow pulls towards your knee towards your elbow. So you switch the gaze slow. It's starting to lift the gaze as you extend back out. One more time like that. And on your exhalation, place your hand down onto the floor. Take that right leg. We're going to bring it forward to the front of the mat. So if you have to grab it up to get it there, grab it up to get it there. Take your left knee, slide it back a little bit, right? And then curl the left toes under and lift that left knee. So if you're in the baby making phase, again, maybe staying just like this, chest open, maybe hands on your blocks. Otherwise, right hand's going to go on that right hip. Hips are staying square. Take a deep breath in, lengthen out to the top of your head. On your exhalation, twist slowly to the right. Right knee hugs the midline of the mat, back heel presses back. You can stay like this or lifting that right arm up towards the sky. Left bottom shoulder shrugging back and down. Take a deep breath in and let it out slow. Take another deep breath in. Let it out slow. One more deep inhalation. Use your exhale to take your hand down and your knee down. Inhale, taking that left or right knee back. Sitting back a little bit or all the way or maybe in between. Stretching the arms way out in front. Spread the fingers out wide, palms flat, hands the width of the shoulders. Arms straight, elbows off the floor. If your forehead's resting down, skin of the brow pressing towards the bridge of the nose. Take a deep breath in, let it out slowly. Good. Keep the palms flat. Stay here or rise to your knees. Stay there or downward facing dog. Feet the width of the hip bones. Let the head hang. Pedal out the leg slow. So bend one knee, straighten or straighten it a little bit. The other leg, take a full round of breath there, head hanging. And then don't rush. Do it on the other side. Bend the other knee. Press the opposite heel down. It doesn't have to be straight. Palms flat, arms straight, head hanging. And then just pedal out a little bit quicker. Breathe in. So now we got our inversion in. Breathe out. When you exhale, press both heels back. Your legs don't have to be straight. They may be. And on your exhalation, release down onto those knees. Pull your belly button in. Look forward. Flatten your back, table pose. Left leg stretching out behind you. Left toes flexed down. Hips square. Don't roll your toes up. They're down. Stay just like that or looking forward. Right arm coming out in front of you. Opposite arm to leg. Bottom hand and knee pressed down into the ground. We're lifting up towards the ceiling and sky. Gazing at one spot. Take a full, slow round of breath. Right, and then stay like that, or as you exhale, gently pull your elbow towards your knee and your knee towards your elbow. Inhale, extend it slowly, lift the drishti, the gaze slowly, exhaling, elbow towards knee and knee towards elbow. Inhale, extending. Two more if you have it in you. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, extend it all out. Place your hands slowly down onto the floor. We're going to take that left foot. We're going to bring it forward to the front of our mat. And you're going to slide your right knee back. So left foot forward, right leg back. Slide the back knee back. And then slowly lift up that right knee. Lifting chest, again, staying here if you're pregnant. Otherwise, now we twist to the left. Right hand down, maybe on a block. Left hand on that left hip. Hip square, back heel pressing back. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in. Right as you exhale, you may twist more to the left. You may even slowly lift that left arm up, dropping the right shoulder back and down. The front knee is hugging the midline of your mat. Take a deep breath. So hard to twist in the first place and breathe, but twist and breathe while talking. 2 more breaths. And as you slowly let your next exhalation go, you're going to lower your hand and your knee down onto the ground. And you're going to take that left knee and you're going to bring it back. And you're going to sit back, child's pose, extending those arms way out in front, spreading those fingers way out wide. Feel the breath along your sides. See what you can do. Breathing, shifting the shoulders to get the shoulders out of the ears. Nice and long neck. Stay just like this, or rise back up onto the knees, curl the toes, downward facing dog. A little bit different here. You're going to take all your toes, you're going to swivel them over to the left, and you're going to bend your knees to the left, right? And then inhale, spring up like a bunny, bring your toes back through center. Swivel all your toes over to the right, bend those knees to the right, take a breath, let the head hang. Good, then spring up like a bunny, and you're going to slowly release those knees down onto the ground, and you're going to make your way onto your belly, into your Sphinx pose. All right, so when you're on your belly, your forearms are on the floor, just like this, right? Your toenails are on the floor, including the pinky toenails, pressing down through your elbows. Those elbows are kind of pulling back a little bit, right? Your chest is open. Right? Breathe in, breathe out, slow. Forearms on the floor. Your gaze is forward. If it's too much on your neck because you have an injury, you can do what you need to do with your neck so you're not in pain. Otherwise, keep the gaze forward. Try to breathe now slowly, again, into belly, into ribs, into chest. Find that softness in your shoulders and in your face and in your jaw. Take 3 more rounds of breath in this back bend, really helping to strengthen the back of the body and open up the front. And on your exhalation, slowly bringing your chest and your forehead down. You're going to free up those arms by your sides if they're not already. Taking right ankle and crossing it on top of the left ankle. Slowly begin to lift up your toes, your feet, your ankles, maybe even your hands, maybe even your head, maybe even your chest. Like you're a bird, toes reaching back, chest reaching forward, big, slow, even, continuous breathing, one after another. Right, really strengthening up that lower back now. Take another full round of breath. Some of you might even be able to interweave your fingers, press palms together, but don't squeeze the shoulder blades together. Right? And on your exhalation, you're going to slowly lower down and switching the cross, left ankle coming over right ankle. One more go here. Lifting feet, ankles, shins, knees, maybe arms. Maybe re-interweaving the fingers, the opposite pinky on the bottom, chest up, shoulders down. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Slowly lowering down. You can make a little pillow with your arms. Let your toes go out and your heels go in. Kind of rock your hips from side to side. Maybe your forehead rests there on your hands. Take a full, slow breath. Let the floor, the earth underneath it take your weight. And then slowly taking both hands to the floor by your shoulders. Tuck those elbows in. Come up onto the knees. And let's make our way back into a comfortable seated position. We'll do a little bit more movement, but for now, so I don't want to make you lie down and then come back up again. So we'll do a little bit more pranayama, which is that manipulation of the breath. Right? So many different forms of pranayama for depending on what you're working on. I think now is a good time to practice slowing the breath, lengthening the breath. Not only does it make us calmer, but it strengthens all those muscles that it takes to breathe. Right? So we're going to practice a little bit of alternate nostril breathing, also a lot of sinus things going on right now because the pollen in the air. So we're going to bring our left hand, our thumb, and our index finger to touch, creating a mudra. Right? Left hand will rest on the left leg. This helps us concentrate, they say. And we're going to draw our right hand into another mudra, taking our pointer and our middle finger of our right hand into our palm. Right? So we're going to be using our right thumb and our right ring finger to gently block the nostrils. Make sure you don't hunch to do this. And make sure you lift your hand up towards your face, making sure your hands are clean. And of course, close the eyes. We're going to continue that practice of inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 8 slow. So not like, and then blowing snot rockets out of your nose. Slow in, slow out, and I'll talk you through it. Take a slow inhale through both nostrils. Exhale through both. Inhale through both nostrils. Close the right nostril, exhale out the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the left. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Releasing the right hand down. Breathe softly through the nose. Making your way slowly onto your backs. Once you get onto your back, you're going to grab up your block or your pillow, and you're going to slide it underneath your bottom. You could use your hands too, one stacked on top of the other. We're going to put our bottoms right there slowly onto our blocks, right? And then bringing knees towards the belly. You can stay just like this. If you can lift the legs a little bit, you can do that. If you want to put your legs up on the wall at this point, you can do that. You may be able to straighten your legs. Breathe in and out, point and flex your feet a few times. So one raise on the legs here, helping with the flow of lymph. Take your ankles, circle them out. Breathing well. Circling your ankles the other way. Crunch up your toes and spread them out wide. Crunch up your toes. Spread them out wide. One more time like that. Crunch up your toes. Spread them out wide. And then you're going to slowly bend up those knees. Bring your feet down onto the floor. You're going to press down into your feet. Raise your hips. Slide your block out from underneath you.
coming down. We're going to make our way into final relaxation. You could do that in the traditional sense where you lie flat, extending the legs out here about the width of the hips. The arms by the sides, palms open. Grab up your blankets or your socks. You can bend the knees, put some pillows underneath the knees. Stay for final relaxation if you're watching. Really the most important part. Most of us, myself including, well, I do take time in the afternoon, but sometimes I don't. Take time throughout the day to completely relax, to try to completely relax, to do nothing while we're awake, right? So get comfortable. Allow your eyes to fall closed, and if your breath hasn't already returned to its natural rhythm, you'll allow the breath to come to its natural rhythm. You get all your fidgets and your adjustments out of the way, getting comfortable, letting the floor hold your weight. Listen to the sounds around you. Feel your soft breath. Thank yourself for your practice. Tell yourself something positive. Right? When the mind goes where, say, you don't want it to be, a forward or backward or somewhere that's not pleasant, right? A way that you can draw yourself back is by reminding yourself of what you're grateful for and whom you appreciate. Love, serve, remember. One day a Canadian man arrived for his first darshan. He didn't know much about Maharaji, but had heard about him from Ram Das. Maharaji didn't give lectures or formal teachings, didn't write books, and as far as I know, didn't formally initiate people. He just kept shining like the sun. Flowers don't need to read a manual on how to bloom in the sunshine. So when Maharaji asked this man why he'd come and what he wanted, he was unsure how to respond. Finally, he replied, "Can you teach me how to meditate?" Maharaji's response was, "Meditate like Christ. Go, sit in the back of the temple with the other Westerners." The guy came to the back and we asked him about his darshan. He told us that Maharaji had said to meditate like Christ. At first we were surprised. What? Meditate like Christ? What does that mean? But then we thought about it. We were always trying to get Maharaji to tell us what practice to do, but he'd never give us any specific instructions about yoga or meditation. Now he said this. If he said it, he must know how Jesus meditated. We decided to ask him about it. We were so excited we were going to get the secret teachings at last. Later in the day, when Maharaji came to the back of the temple to hang out with us, Ram Das broached the subject that had us all buzzing. "You said to meditate like Christ. How did he meditate?" It seemed as if Maharaji was about to answer, but instead his eyes closed and he sat there completely still, completely silent. It felt like he totally disappeared. And all the time I've been with him, I'd only seen him sitting motionless like this a couple of times before. It was extraordinarily powerful, as if the whole universe had become silent. Then a tear came down his cheek. We were in awe. After a couple of minutes, his eyes half opened, and with great emotion, he quietly said, "He lost himself in love. That's how he meditated. He was one with all beings. He loved everyone, even the people who crucified him. He never died. He is the Atman, the soul. He lives in the hearts of all. He lost himself in love." Once again,
Maharaji had gone right to the heart of it all. I was stunned. There was nothing I wanted more than to be able to lose myself in love, but there was nothing that seemed further away. Start to take some deeper breaths. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Crunch up your face and then relax it. Bend up your knees. With a big breath, reach your arms up and over your head. When you're ready, roll yourself gently over onto your side. And slowly make your way up to sit. And bring your palms together at your hearts. We'll send out an Om on an exhalation, taking a very deep inhalation. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Have a good day, everyone. It's not raining out. The sun is not out, and it's kind of windy, but it's not raining out. Get outside. Have a good day. Bye.